Hi, it's Lele. Sorry, good start. No, um, I have made it's not a canvas. It's actually plywood, but let's call it a canvas. Inspired by Finna Bear, one of the Prima designers, and when I saw Luvleescrappin did something like this, and I thought, okay, I can do that too. And this is made as a Christmas present for my bonus daughter, and so it's old pictures of my scrubby here, and I made him do make a heart with his fingers to illustrate his love for her. Made him do all kinds of goofy expressions because I know she would love that. And she have seen this, but she went home again from the Christmas holiday now, and she couldn't bring it because it was too heavy and too big this time. And she absolutely loved it. She is 16, and I was a bit nervous if she would love it, but it's pictures of her dear daddy. She's a daddy's girl, and she absolutely loved the colors turquoise, teal, light blue, white. So that's why it's in these colors. And it's a little bit difficult for me to get the whole thing in camera in one shot, but I will take it down now and I go through the details and show you what I put on here. I used Lindy spray, and I used the teal poppy. I used what more did I use? Well, it's this turquoise set I used, and I used the Forget Me Not Frost. I think it's the Dauber. So let me just take down this and we'll look at it more closely. Okay, I got it down now. As you see, there's a huge amount of textures going on here. I painted the whole canvas white, and then I put down laces and things like that, very flat things, and then I went over those pieces again with acrylic paints. No, I used gesso, sorry. And then I remember now what I did. I did this in Christmas, so I actually used primer for walls because I needed such a huge amount of paint, and that is kind of like gesso. It makes a good background, makes everything stick to it very well. So that was a clever idea, and it worked out very fun. I used stuff that I know she loves on here, and after that I started gluing down stuff. I actually used the heat gun, but on metal pieces I used glossy accent. So let's just start. We can do the corner here first. It's just a flat flower, buttons in colors I didn't like. It's a very nice way to use things that doesn't match you. This is one of my metal embellishments, and there is a trim I made here a long time ago. I wasn't happy with it, so it's just been laying around, but now it really is lace here, and it's pearls on the top which I sewed on. So it's not everything you actually are able to see what is any longer. This, for instance, is like the plastic things that's in between the layers on silk flowers, and there's a lot of button pearls, and these thingies here, that's tiny jump rings, and here it is also the split rings, and there's a button upside down, more flowers. Here's another metal embellishment, and kind of because it's a little bit bubbly, that's because I heat set it in certain places to get it like that. Here's a mesh bling piece, a plastic flower, obviously a button, and it's a twine. Actually I got from IKEA ages ago. And you can see the color here slightly underneath because these were a little bit difficult to paint. they were yellow and I wasn't very happy about that. So, and here's a hair clip. So it's actually moving with the butterfly attached to it. Just some plastic doodads, plastic like an electric wire. This is actually a piece of driftwood, and I put some chain over it, and I let the paint go into the picture a little bit just to make it blend. My Scrubby, he is a very goofy guy. He always makes jokes and expressions, and he's so fun. He still makes me laugh after 15 years, so that's good. And a bolt, I believe it's a bolt. Obviously a clothespin in wood. This is some resin pieces I made with Martha Stewart molds. Flower in resin. Here you see some of the lace. I used lace that I don't like to color on. And let's see, and here it's actually something very special. This is a bullet, and my Scrubby, he have shooting as a hobby, not so much anymore, but I wanted to incorporate things that reminds her about her daddy. So that's that, and here's these, you know, we slide it into the paper and keeps paper together. And these big buttons here, they are from her grandmother, now late grandmother. I thought that would make a good memory about that. It's a prima flower I didn't like the color on. This here is seashells she have gathered for me. A big I'm Rosen's flower, more of the granny buttons. Here's some plastic doodads to put in plaster walls before you screw in the screw. More of the IKEA, and I really like how the split rings came out. And this flower Live Art Now gave me, but I just had to use it even though it's very pretty metal. Butterflies, flowers in abundance, a piece of crochet, a little bit of metal mesh, just flat flowers. After I had gessoed everything with white, but I also went in the little nooks with some extra glossy accent where I wasn't sure about how it was sticking down, especially on the metal pieces like this chain ball chain here, and this round thingy here. And then I went over that again with the primer again, and finally I started spraying with Lindy's, and that was so fun to do. It was so fun. I used Forget-Me-Not Frost Dauber here and slowly worked my way up with like teal poppy and so on sprays, and here I actually mixed in a little bit of my own mixture. I just did a little bit Lindy's, which I put a couple of droplets of frayed burlap re-inker on to make it even darker, because I didn't feel it was dark enough. So here's a cameo I have molded myself. This is actually we do a lot of fishing in summertime with the kids, so this is actually like a little fish you put on there with the hook on the fishing rod. I don't know what it's called in English. It's just a little doodad from my Scrubby's room. Love. And a piece of metal heart, and these lace here, that's just so cool. More butterfly resin again I made. Oh. It's a lot of buttons on here. A little heart because I do love her. Butterfly again. Let's see, go upwards. Another one of the seashells, and just look at that paint. Isn't that just beautiful? and here I actually got a little bit of yellow peeking out, but I think that just makes it a little bit more fun, a contrast, a little surprise element you didn't expect. And the crackling here on the pictures, I actually just did that with the heat gun. I really think that's a fun surprise on the things again. So there's another piece of metal. And I really did put on a lot of primer on it. I love how the texture came out. It's just gorgeous. There's so much detail. There's a resin piece I made again. A flower I got from Polyfrogs, and it just was the right dimension on this. So I kind of hoarded this to find the correct place for it, and it just screamed to be here. It really gave me a lot of dimension, see, and it was of course very prettily made, but it was just so right here. And here's one of the hinges. It's the same one as I made use on the Night Before Christmas box. Layerings with lace to build it up. I really wanted some height differences, so here probably it's not easy to show you how. Yeah, there you go. You see the difference in heights. Here it's more of the plastic doodads between layers in silk flowers. Big metal flower that really came out good. So that was my canvas thingy inspired by Finna Bear and Luvleescrappin made me see that I could do that myself. So, and make sure you go and check out her stuff down too. Stuff down. I was thinking I need to put a link down below. And see her projects about it. So I'm gonna link to her channel below too. So I hope you liked it, and I speak to you soon again. Bye.